Yo, I put it like wow, this that sound. These oaks don't work hard like me, I hope they know by now. Bayo Bab, stand my ground. Bro, these money trees go overseas like Percy Tau. I make sure you stay around, quiet when I'm under loud. No negatives allowed, me and positivity took a vow. I always play to win, don't anticipate loss. Mind always in the clown, my boy. Never think about the drop, never ever ever think about the drop.
Welcome to it, sports fans. It is the MKT Show. Manchester United are all the way back. 3 points in the bag. Ralf Rangnick, 100% record. Football has never known a man like him. It's Jurgen Klopp returned. It's Thomas Tuchel returned. I've got two Manchester United fans in the house. We are obviously we don't have time to muck about today. Brad, what's happening, Paul?
Great, thanks. United won this weekend. I didn't watch.
Undefeated, boy.
You didn't watch? So you
No, I saw the goal. I saw Fred close his eyes and try and hit a 1-2 and hit the top left corner.
Fred is everything. Hey, he's like having steak with waffles and cream on the same plate, because he'll give away the pass, but he'll also get in the box and get the penalty from Arsenal to win it for you, and hit a 30-yarder, but also pass to the other team constantly.
And stand on your keeper.
Yeah.
Bro, Fred's done everything.
Yeah, he's miraculous. He's doing the most.
It must be great entertainment value for you, for neutrals.
What do you guys feel about him celebrating? Like,
No, but did you see what the United account says? We don't know what's going on here, but we like it anyway.
wow, Brad, so are you preventing yourself from having the trauma of having to watch United? What happened? Why didn't you watch?
I saw the starting lineup. That's all. I saw the starting lineup. I'm like, I'm not dealing with this shit today.
Yeah?
Not today. It's Sunday.
Yeah.
Weather's not
Jesus
good.
Day, yeah.
Seriously. It's my day of rest.
Yeah, you don't need that kind of...
Heart palpitations.
What?
Fred scores a goal by trying to clear the ball. Come on.
What? With his right foot, eh?
With his right foot, exactly.
With his right foot.
Fred only has two left feet and he scored with his right foot.
Do not happen. That goal, I see it, right? I'm like, this is a cross, come short, come whatever.
Yeah.
So they probably thought, Ronaldo will finish it. That time people are running towards him, he's like, oh, what's going on? Is it me? Then he was diving and then he was dancing.
Yeah.
I said, oh, it's stress relief.
Right.
Yeah.
The guy laid him the ball, like where you are, laid him the ball and
Outside the box, boy.
top corner there. And he wanted to play 1-2.
No, because he whipped in a ball.
Yeah.
He was like, no, maybe Cristiano's done that thing.
Yeah.
And then he was wondering when people weren't running to Ronaldo, running to him. Tell us, like, my boy, it's your turn.
He's like, oh yeah.
Go say shout to the people. Did you see how Ralph was celebrating?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was shocked.
Why can't you guys be happy for Fred? He gives you...
I'm happy for him. But you see, as Brad said, you saw the starting lineup, which, we're still doing that thing of, like, somebody's being protected. And like Maguire's still our captain. Like I was speaking to Brad about it.
Yeah.
He says he doesn't trust Ralph because Maguire still got the strap on. Maguire's still our captain.
So already Ralph out.
Dog. Do you not? You looked at it. You're like, guys, are we sure Ralph was our coach or is somebody making executive decisions?
Bloody agent.
It's Woodward, bro. Woodward, I'm sure Woodward. That's his standard blueprint.
But what's option B as captain?
Option B.
Yeah.
Bruno Ronaldo. Ronaldo must take the strap and say, listen here, my boy. You know, that guy, that PE teacher's gone.
Yeah.
Carras is gone.
It's here now.
You know what to do, boy. Give it. 85 million.
But what about the admin now? Because now someone at Man United's admin has to go and change club captain on the website. Have you guys thought about that?
Bro, people are hitting TikTok, so don't worry about that. if you can hit a TikTok like that, admin is...
It's all good, eh?
Standard.
I mean, they just have to change the C from Cristiano
Yeah.
to C for captain.
Captain, yeah.
Bracket.
You know what I mean?
You guys are an ungrateful bunch of bastards. You know that.
What do you
Fred's
mean?
given his life for you guys.
Oh, you want to make him captain?
He gets you the win against Arsenal, right?
Oh, but it's the least he could do. He's still on De Gea now. Now De Gea's on the floor. You guys, what are you guys doing here?
Fred has no cooking clue. He scored with his right foot when he's only got 2 left feet. Come on.
So what? We're not. What about he got the penalty?
Huh?
I don't. Firstly,
No, it's the least he could do.
No, Fred was flapping, didn't even know where things
It
were.
worked. He stood on De Gea. De Gea's probably like, my leg, bruh. Because I thought it was that Arsenal guys like, yeah, Gabriel Vela, free kick.
Yeah.
Gandhi, goal. Here. And then you heard the commentators know when the whistle goes in. Also, Arsenal guys, that's scum, okay? Skullduggery. The guy's on the floor, babe.
No, come on. What? Arsenal must now legislate for their 11 players plus Fred plus De Gea. Also, De Gea, you don't go down there as the keeper. You play for Robert
is he supposed to do?
No, come on. This man played for Robert Shim. Take the hit. How many times have you seen the keeper big hit, make the save, then you go down? No, come on. De Gea, I think you're a quality keeper, but come on. No, 50%, 90% Fred, 10% De Gea. Brad, well, what's De Gea
But
doing?
also, what's Fred doing there? He's short now. Do you know when I saw Guti Fred's not serious? Can you see how big Gabriel is?
Yeah.
For Arsenal.
I love when he goes up for a header.
Honestly, yeah.
Fred's as big as the mannequin, yeah.
Fred is on Gabriel, and I'm just like, the height discrepancy here. Or I wanted to say hello to his Brazilian China.
You guys have no gratitude for the awesome Fred, what he's done. Guys, he got you the penalty and he got the winner against Crystal Palace.
Do you know everything? He did everything against Arsenal. I was just waiting for a red card. If he got a red card, he clocked the game. You were involved in. Actually, I was involved in every goal.
Yeah,
Think about it.
because he gave away the pass.
He gave away the pass.
Yeah,
He cuts it to Bruno,
yeah.
and then
He gets the winning penalty. Listen, you've got a box to box.
oh, and then he miraculous block somehow.
You've got a box to box dynamo here, a Michael Essien, if you will, of his time.
Except he's like the action figure version of Michael.
Smolanyana.
Fred just wants to be involved in everything.
So you're saying Fred, Ralph in? I'm Ralph in, guys.
Oh,
After what I saw
100%,
yesterday, give him the job, give him a
clean
3-year
sheet.
deal. Yeah, 100% record.
I love
Clean
the
sheet.
I love the formation though. 4-2-2-2-2-2.
He's gegenpress. I hear this guy's the maestro, guys. What's the problem here? Since give the man a deal, 3 years.
My question is that what language is being spoken in the dressing room? Because it's 5 Portuguese guys, a German coach.
Yeah.
Do you think they speak to each other in Portuguese on the field?
No, English only.
No, they speak to each other in Portuguese. They don't want Harry to hear.
But Fred tells them anyway.
Fred's a sellout.
You think Fred's playing both sides?
Fred's a sellout.
He's
Because
playing both sides.
he knows. He goes, my boy, I'm captain here. Just protect me.
Yeah.
Don't tell Scotty. Scotty does his job.
Scotty doesn't know.
We're vibes.
Scotty doesn't know.
Bro, between Fred and Maguire, 140 million pounds. 2 men.
Just give Ralph the job. I don't know what your problem is.
No,
Ralph looks awesome. You guys are gegenpressing now.
I want to see who's captain for Champions League. If it's still Maguire, I agree with him.
So what do you want? Ronaldo?
Huh?
Ronaldo captain?
C. They must just write C on the captain's something.
Oh, that's a whole situation. But really, so what are we thinking? Debut, we won. What about we won, gents?
1-0, 1-0.
And Palace should have
Guys.
finished that.
Their best player
Yeah.
couldn't make our team.
Yeah.
And we just clipped them 1-0 in the 94th minute.
And who's the Ghanaian lad? Should have finished that.
Jordan Ayew.
I don't know if he's offside for that. I think he might be off the header.
We'll never know.
But how does he miss that?
That's why it's at Palace.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's a good point. What a game. Okay, Man United back again. We are on one.
And
Back
then you
again,
guys?
again.
Let's talk about you guys.
Chelsea, expected. Like it's not good enough to have Jorginho. So you know my thoughts on Jorginho.
That's
It's not good enough.
That's the third best player in the world,
He did.
according to stats.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. It's not good enough to have a Ruben Loftus-Cheek. That's not good enough.
Like, what's going on there?
I don't think Chelsea. People must also remember. I don't think we'll win the league, and I've said it since the beginning of the year. Number one, it's Tuchel's first season, right? Actually, because I don't count last season. He got a squad forced on him. There's still parts that he doesn't want. No Kovacic is a huge problem because you need dynamism with what Tuchel wants to do.
Okay, and then Barkley, what's going on with him?
Nah, come on. Let's move on.
Or Ruben?
Not good enough. Not for this level.
Okay, what? So would you sell him or this thing of loaning him?
No, he's got to go. He's not good enough. I think you'll see at the end of the season, Saul next season, because you know the midfield.
Yeah.
Even the great David Silva took a season. England's not the place to come and learn on the job in the midfield.
Okay.
Up front,
Yeah,
left back,
you
can do that nonsense.
You know what I'd love to see at Chelsea? But I'm not a Chelsea fan. But if I was Tuchel, I'd take a gamble on it. You play Ngolo.
He's injured. That's actually the biggest problem.
Ngolo, and then you say, I'd like to see Mount and Captain America play together. Because they're, hey.
Yeah, but look, this is the difference.
Okay, ideally for you, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Fit squad,
like 100% from keeper to tell me when you ideal winner.
Yeah, so what we had, Mendy, Reece James, probably the one dimension that Azpilicueta gives you that Christensen doesn't is that overload run.
But also Azpilicueta is reliable.
Yeah. But you know, Christensen's just a class act. So I like
He's
the
coming
back
to his
three,
own, yeah?
Silva, Rudiger, Chilwell, but that's not going to happen. So we have to go Alonso for now. Then I would go Conte, Kovacic when fit, as the two going kind of shuffling, and then on the Kai Havertz must start in the mix. Mason Mount must play. Just put him on the pitch. So he's my first name. I have to have Havertz, and I like Pulisic when fit, and then Lukaku wouldn't spend 100 million for nothing. You know what I mean? Come on, Chief. So, but in reality, I probably drop Pulisic because I need the running power of Werner when fit.
Because Werner, do you know what the thing is about Timo Werner? Like, yeah, he's not scoring whatever, but you can see he makes people busy. Like, if you're up against Timo Werner, you know you're going to be busy that day.
He keeps your right back honest. There's very few guys in the league who keep your right back honest. Is that if you're not on your best behavior, he's in and he will square it, you know? So as much as he's not going to finish, I like a guy that's kind of doing that. But what I'm excited with Chelsea is if you've watched every game, not one game have I felt Chelsea have played well this season. There's not one game where I thought, yeah,
but
you see now, we
that's
played.
What I'm saying. But that scares me though.
That's what I'm saying.
Because once it clicks,
I'm not worried about we won't win the league because you saw with Man City. That's another level.
Yeah.
The bench, it's Mahrez, it's Fernandinho.
But I'll tell you right now.
Do you know, I even forgot Kevin De Bruyne played for them. I even forgot. Like,
guys, Ferran Torres.
New signing in January. Like, I forgot Phil Foden played for them.
There's Phil!
Came on, unplayable. That's the levels of the bench, and we got Loftus-Cheek. That ain't gonna work.
But must I tell you what the thing is about Chelsea? You know, you see it at the back. Guys, Rudiger is another beast this season.
Yeah.
He's another beast.
But that's why he wants so much money, right?
Yeah. Plus, it's his retirement bag, right?
Oh, it's the last bag?
No. I mean, what's he, 31, 32? That age where...
29.
Yeah,
my
it's
age.
the last contract. Give me 5 years now.
The last bag.
Retirement, and then you sell me at 33 to Bayern Munich. I'll go retire and we win Bundesliga and treble.
I've got a question for you. Do you think at United people are playing for their sports now?
What do you think, Brad? Like, I really don't understand this thing of an interim to be interimed. Are you even gonna
when you're single? I mean, you have a breakup.
Yeah.
You're single. You have to go through a few things first, right? We went with an old Scottish guy. Didn't work.
Yeah.
Like, we tried to learn a bit of experience. Didn't work.
Yeah.
Went
Tried
to Mourinho.
Blockbuster. Didn't work.
Didn't work.
Tried, the legend.
Didn't work. Tried Carrick. How shame.
Yeah.
Oh, but
What did they go back?
Carrick saw, he said, let me quit while I'm ahead. They haven't changed that starting 11. I'm sure that guy says, boys, I'm not going to come here and change things. You know, clean slate, boys. Everybody clean slate.
Yeah.
Ronaldo, you still have to prove yourself again.
Sure. He has to say the right things.
Imagine. But we'll see. I mean, this is also the first big club he's had, right?
Yeah, like proper. This is
Like,
not proper.
He took a sabbatical after Red Bull. He was
Yeah.
like, burnout.
Yeah.
I have to chill. But some folks are saying that if he stuck it out, maybe they could have done some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So this will be his opportunity, I guess, right?
Do you think Ronaldo listens to team talks or he just does his own thing?
I think he's quite genuine, like genuinely invested in the squad.
He's a pro.
I don't think he's that much of an arsehole.
He's not the guy you have to worry about.
Yeah.
There's nothing about Ronaldo that's ever said, as much as he's the big show or whatever, his professionalism's always come first. There's never been, if there's one guy I've never thought that guy must be a diva, it's Cristiano Ronaldo. People hate the fact that that's a part of his personality. But if there's one guy you've never heard Ronaldo being a problem in the dressing room, arriving late, you know what I mean? he's not the issue in the dressing room.
But that's the thing. That's why he's allowed. You know, when he's on the bench, he's allowed to keep his hoopia in because he's like, hey, listen, bro, don't worry about me. Pogba's in. Hey, imagine now Pogba and I.
See, and you know what's nice about Ronaldo is everything about him is professional. Like with Pogba, I hear too much noise, not only from him and the swag, the agent now. You never hear from George Mendes. It means Ronaldo's running a tight ship, guys.
Yeah.
You guys are the problem. Because I'm delivering numbers.
You think he distances himself when the noise comes on?
He doesn't have to. You know when you're that guy, you don't have to distance yourself from anything. Guys, you can see I'm here on time. I leave last. I'm never injured. I score the goals.
I'm the oldest guy.
Yeah, Rashford, where are you, chief? Where are you guys? Because there's nothing Ronaldo's not doing.
Well, he's not getting an MBO, right?
It's no chance. He's got to feed the kids. You got to feed the kids for that.
The MBE.
MBE, yeah. No, you got to feed the kids.
Name of the British Empire.
Marcus Rashford. What are we doing with that
he annoys
hairstyle?
me.
Huh?
Hey, Rashford, eh?
Like, he's frustrating me in the fact that since he
No,
got his
do you know
MBE,
he's doing it? Do you know he's doing it? Because Conor Boche didn't know. So now they probably told him, boy, blonde it up going on.
Tell me about the hair, Brad.
I can't
But
say
since he got the MBE, I want to hear what you got to say there.
No, the thing that frustrates me, and it used to kill me if I was playing with anyone on the team, where if they started playing a few games and someone would try and lay them the ball that wasn't where they wanted it, and they'd like overrun it and like, continue to throw their hands. He's starting to do that.
Yeah.
Bro, you're still a baby.
Yeah.
You better put the frigging graft in. Because if I'm training with that guy and I'm a senior player, next time I catch him in a 50-50, I'm going to hurt him and then tell him.
I'm with you.
I played football with a gent, I don't know if I'm allowed to say his name.
Of course, well, yeah.
But anyway, he played in Greece. He was a bit of a brass.
Yeah.
Came back to play with us at Wits or whatever, and he was one of those. He'd flap his hands.
Yeah.
One training session, I hit him 3 50-50s, and then I told him afterwards, when
Yeah.
he moaned about getting kicked, I was like, don't do that stuff,
Yeah.
bro.
Not yet.
Don't do that.
No, and
Put the graft in, bro.
And that's a real thing. Like also, like Marcus Rashford, just because you the Queen's
rich.
friend now, you haven't done anything. This is Manchester United, and you're wearing the number 10 now. That
That's a
jersey
big-
doesn't come
Yeah,
from.
yeah,
I've seen that.
We don't care how many kids you fed. And now Ronaldo's here. That guy can complain. You have done nothing for this football club, and you've never carried us to a title. And at Man United, we don't celebrate titles, by the way, Marcus. We expect titles. So even if you take us to the title, we maybe want 6.
Bro, you can't be a promising youngster anymore when you like in your
My thing is,
like 23, 24 years
Yeah.
old. You're not
Don't be
promising
Martial.
anymore. No, don't
Tony.
be Martial.
Don't be a likable Martial. Because, listen, I like Rashford's numbers and whatever, but that's only so interesting, pal. And this whole... Because Fergie's gone now. There's, you know, the protected kids, like McTominay and these guys, that Fergie effect...
It's worn off.
No, Bruno doesn't care about that. I don't know about... I'm here to win, guys. I'm continental. And I will leave, by the way.
Do you think
I'm with you, by the way, Brad.
Do you think Bruno and Ronaldo hang out together? Just a
No.
children?
I don't think that works, actually. Because you can see it in the international squad. We're professionals, but...
Just because we're from the same plague.
You know, what do you think? It's also interesting. Paulo's been saying it, right? Paulo hates it when any Portuguese person does well, so it's not a good reference. Paulo Diaz, of course, of that 80s show and everything Portuguese. But when a guy like Cristiano Ronaldo arrives, everybody else stops taking responsibility. And I wonder if that's happened to Bruno this year. Because Bruno's a different guy now. Like,
Well, in what sense? But can you also see it?
he's not getting a
Turn
whole...
the volume down a bit.
Because... And that may
It's
not
like
be...
he has to. That's hard. That's really difficult to have to turn your volume down.
For someone else.
For someone else, like you should be able to express yourself in totality, and he had freedom to do all of that, and he was the guy.
In Europe, maybe in the world,
Yeah.
for 6 months last
Yeah,
year.
you're doing it.
What did he do? 18-11, I think, last season.
Bro,
But the thing is, do you know the? I saw it like, because like you read the tweets and the social media. Okay, Bruno scores on his 100th. Ronaldo says, "Let me show you what 800 looks like." Now, Bruno, there's no thank you tweet for 100, very good club and everything. They probably told him, "Hey, Chief, there's Mr. 800's here."
But that is tough. Because Cristiano Ronaldo, he sucks all of the oxygen out the room. And for Bruno, Bruno and any other... Bruno at Real Madrid is the star right now. If you take him to Real Madrid, he's better than
So
Benzema.
which team is it? No.
Nah, it's Cristiano Ronaldo. It's Cristiano. But this gives you a good insight into what it must have been like to be Gareth Bale and Toni Kroos and
Benzema.
Sergio Ramos and these guys.
Yeah.
This shows you the real personality, guys. Doesn't matter if Ronaldo's here. Sergio Ramos is telling you, I'm the guy. I'm performing to that level. I don't care about Ronaldo. These guys are shrinking. But it shows you. Because, you know, everyone, Brad, you'll know this. Everyone thinks if you play in the best team, like, it's so easy to win. No.
Egos.
You better deliver. You think of that Real Madrid team. Maybe this is the best way to explain it, why United guys are shrinking. Cristiano Ronaldo cannot drop one level because Sergio Ramos is telling him 2 World Cups, Chief. Two Euros, World Cup. I'm the guy here. Then if he's not saying it, Modric is saying Ballon d'Or. Like Kroos and these guys. The level is great, is expected. Where you score a hat-trick, all right, let's get back in the dressing room because we got Barcelona next week. Whereas now at Man United, it's almost like when Ronaldo does these things, people are in awe. You know, it's like a huge situation now. At Real Madrid, because you need to deliver. You see with Ronaldo now, he's delivering. Everyone else, where are you guys?
It's very evident.
Don't shrink. Don't shrink. The thing is, don't shrink. Marcelo didn't shrink because Ronaldo was there. You saw what it
Bale
was.
as well. Bale also didn't.
All of them. Because that's what it takes. You have to be the guy.
Well,
you can't
treat it like a business, right?
Absolutely.
Like every month you hit your target, boy. You don't hit your target. I'm sorry, third time you don't hit your target, you're out. But in the football world, it doesn't work.
And listen, people shrink. And that's happening right now at Man United. I'm actively seeing Bruno Fernandes shrinking. And I don't know if that's a management thing, because it happens with Portugal as well. He doesn't play well for Portugal. So now I don't know what's going on there.
So what, they're going to pilot again and say Ronaldo's the problem? Ronaldo is not the problem, guys.
No.
Everyone else has to turn up.
That's
right?
it.
You have to dial yourself into, like, you have to pitch up. Work harder on the pitch. Fred, try and beat back passes more because you might score. I mean, that type of stuff.
No, but but it's a good point because, you know, in order to turn up, it's either you're going to have those Real Madrid, because Toni Kroos is an alpha. You know,
he's a dog, yeah.
Nobody needs to tell him Ramos, Marcelo. When you don't have Fergie, because he had to turn everyone up to Ronaldo's volume, you know? Rooney, Tevez, those guys, he had to turn them up. Neville.
And you forget that when Rooney was there.
No, there was that season with Tevez, him, Tevez, Ronaldo, they were unstoppable.
Scary.
That was unstoppable. That front three, that's when you win 3 in a row. 2 of them, you had Tevez in there. Tevez goes and plays golf, remember? Comes back, wins Man City. Let's transfer the title over the road.
That's why I can tell coaches that, Chief, I'm not warming up. That's why I'm anyway.
But see, a guy like him was always dialed up.
No
matter what.
Tevez, Pitbull.
Just let the boy play. And that guy came in 100 miles an hour, no problem. He'll score for you.
He gets strong with that red card in the Champions League.
Yeah.
He starts. Tevez starts.
And he slaps Vidic like it. But these are the things, right, Brad? And I think part of greatness is this, you know, is managing personalities. Yeah. And people always think you can just build talent. Well, you're seeing now. Like 100%. Marcus Rashford's talented, but now Ronaldo's here. And what happens to your personality?
But, you know, I'm thinking of that Champions League final. You know, even that Chelsea team, guys, they're alphas. It's just a room full of alphas there. That midfield, Ballack, like...
No, proper.
Ballack thought he was the best player in the world. Mikel thought he was one of the best players in the world.
Yeah.
Mikel couldn't make Ajax Cape Town, by the way.
Yeah.
He couldn't make Ajax Cape Town. Went over there, did the job, because he rated himself. 40% of a person's ability is their confidence within themselves. Ronaldo's dialed 100% up all the time.
Yeah.
No matter what. That's me. I am the best. I don't care what anyone says.
They used to get him riled up. They say, bruh, you don't hold a candle to Messi. He goes, but Messi's not this good looking. They say that guy 5 minutes. He used to look at himself. You're a dog, boy.
No, they used to say to him, you're not the best number 7 ever at United. They used to have Beckham pictures. Yeah. And I was reading in Ferdinand's book. They used to really turn him. But again, it's not his fault. And what it tells me is, you know, sometimes you get guys like Andres Iniesta, right? And you think to yourself, wow, that guy brought the heat every time. And everyone talks about Xavi. No one talks about
El Cerebro. Nobody talks about El Cerebro.
It's Eto'o, it's Ronaldinho, it's Messi. But there's that guy. Since he left, what happened now?
Fell apart.
I love the great Leo Messi. What happened since that guy left?
Yeah.
Have you seen the photo of Messi drunk and Xavi's right there carrying him? They said, boy, haven't been the same since this guy doesn't babysit you anymore.
But these things matter.
Bro, I once watched Xavi's stats. He hit like 105 passes in a 90-minute game. Completed. I said, that guy's completing a pass less than a minute.
But that's, and again, there's a good example. That dynasty, Brad, to what you're saying, and I think Man United are learning some hard lessons. you often used to hear the term Man United players. And that used to mean something. It wasn't about the ability.
No.
Everyone's good. If you had Man United, you're good.
Bro, we had Darren Fletchers and guys like that, but they fitted into the game and they pitched up.
And by the way, when it's tough, like yesterday, well, I gotta be honest, I saw it and I thought, oh, this is soft.
Do you know who I miss at Man United? Like, I miss him, and like, it's people don't think I'm playing John O'Shea.
No, but that's a Man United player.
Stability, bro.
That's a Man United player. Pitch up, big game. In fact, he got Ronaldo signed. Big game. You're on that guy at the famous Sporting game where Fergie made them wait an hour and a half in the bus, and he said, we're not leaving here till we've got that kid. Was again, John O'Shea put me left back, right back, but that's Park Ji-sung. That's a Man United player.
Boy.
Big game. Fergie says, remember the Champions League final you lost to Barcelona? But still, it was Park. You get in here. Like, that's this here. What about this here? And I got to tell you, Conor Gallagher cannot be bullying your midfield, guys.
No.
Honestly.
And yesterday was a little bit ugly. Technically, he was... You can't have that at Manchester United.
For me, do you know what the problem is? And do you know where we get found out? Look at our wing backs. Look at our left and right back. Look. Because you saw who was giving Telles a hard time against Arsenal? It was Martinelli.
Yeah.
I mean, Martinelli, look at him like, these guys play together for Brazil. This guy should know all this guy's tricks.
And he's a baby. Martinelli's a baby. What happens now? You got to deal with Pulisic. You got to deal with now Bernardo's there. I don't want to see that show now. Imagine Bernardo's
dog.
Foden. It's ugly. It's yesterday. It's an attitude thing.
What do you think it's an attitude thing?
Effort. You can't.
Okay. You probably get it right. Okay. You're the manager of Man United, right? You as you are.
Yeah.
What's your team talk? What do you tell people?
Now.
Yeah, now as it is right now.
Boy, oh boy. Look.
Okay, let's. You got 5 talking points. Where do you start? What do you say?
Look, I want to put the responsibility on the players now, because now it's audition time. Because come the summer, 3 or 4 of you are gone.
Trimming the fat.
No, 3 or 4 of you are gone. It's on you now, gentlemen.
But I'm sure he's already got that list in his head already.
Does he, Brett? Because what happens if you don't make the Champions League? Like, I'm not being funny. What if Man United don't make the Champions League?
We win it.
No, hey, you do it Chelsea. Yeah. How does he have the list now? What if you don't make the Champions League? What happens then? Okay, how much longer can you go to Europe and say we're Manchester United? Because you've seen guys now will go to PSG. There is no way 10 years ago. Remember when Kaka, the Man City tried? Remember, he said, "No way."
What am I doing there, Chief?
No way. But now it's a different mood now. Like Erling Haaland, these young kids, they don't care about Man United. Erling Haaland doesn't remember Man United, and
he's very much for sale.
He's very much at PSG tomorrow.
Exactly.
Not even for the football. So I would worry about Manchester United before I even worry about the players. I'm starting to worry about that side of things, because now you got. Now Newcastle are here. If they survive, remember...
Oh, they're going to be serious, yeah.
Now it's Chelsea. Now it's Man City. Now it's Liverpool are here as well.
Do you know what you see it? You look at the top 3 in the league. Like the top 3 as it is right now. Those 3 teams. And you look at them, you're like... These blue guys, people think they figured them out. But like, if they want to turn it on, they can turn it on. Mm-hmm. Liverpool don't miss a beat.
Liverpool's scary, man.
Yeah.
Liverpool don't miss a beat.
They don't.
James, you didn't hear me say that.
No, no. Liverpool don't miss a beat. Because you see Liverpool. Everton thought they were in it. Salah was like, listen, I haven't even begun to change gears. Guys, Salah is scoring blockbusters for fun.
I was having a chat with someone over this last weekend about African players. The guy's saying that, the world keeps blocking African players. And they mentioned Samuel Eto'o. I never saw Samuel Eto'o with like gusto. Like you saw Drogba with gusto.
Yeah.
Like you saw JJ Okocha. If he was turned on, bro, you're winning.
Yeah.
And like Salah now, when Salah wants to play, bro, Salah's gonna win.
Yeah.
Do you think he never turned it on? Like
yeah.
Do you think Salah now is looking at the league and saying, "I'm the dog here. I run this"? Do you think he's saying that I run this? I'm the guy in England.
Well, I hope he does, because you need that mindset to get
be
that
that
Ballon
guy.
d'Or finally.
It's going to be interesting for Man United. I think you got some harsh lessons coming now, and I think Ralph's going to learn that this is not Leipzig here. Like what happened on the weekend. Usually in Germany, he might get that soft landing. That was your honeymoon. That's it now. We expect 3-0 from here now. Because we spent 90 mil at the back. Lindelof's, we don't want to hear it's a project. This is Manchester United. It's on all the time. Like at RB Leipzig, when you get the 2-2 draw against Bayern Munich,
great performance.
yeah, you beat Arsenal 4-0. Excellent. Let's put the dirty shirts in the bin. We got to go. It's
But that's what I'm saying, because at Liverpool, it's business.
Jurgen's serious.
Business. And the thing is, as well, my thing is, when Chelsea put on that hot game, like Chelsea are playing well, like they keep the ball and stuff.
Yeah.
But when Chelsea get to like, they cook like Liverpool cook.
Yeah.
That's going to be scary, guys.
No, I think Man United, this game left more questions than it gave answers. Is effort is only so interesting, but you're not Norwich. Like,
Also,
where's
guys,
the quality? I didn't see a single moment where I thought, that's a Man United moment now.
There aren't any commanding players.
That's very
if
good.
I'm a German, if I'm this particular coach,
Yeah.
I would want to make Harry Maguire angry to see if he's got it.
Yes.
And if he doesn't, if he doesn't have
fun.
it, tell him to leave. If he doesn't have that fire,
Yeah.
please pack your bags, boy. I don't care how much he bought you for.
I want to see Pogba's attitude when he gets back.
Now that is going to be a
I
stretch.
want to see Pogba's attitude when he gets back.
So I wanted to ask both of you guys, touching on Pogba, because you can see that they were trying to press now. I love Cristiano Ronaldo is great, right? But he's a flair player. Let's face it. Pogba's a flair player.
Sancho as well.
Bruno's a flair player. Sancho's a flair player. How long do you get them to press? Because Jurgen got Sadio Mane before he was Sadio Mane. From Southampton, I could make you this thing that's going to run. Mo Salah, it wasn't on. You went to Roma. Chelsea didn't work out. So you kind of got him where he needed.
Do you think Klopp gasses you up?
Well, you got them as babies. Now Pogba's already telling you, I'm the guy. Now Ranić says, no, Chief. We don't do 2 touches. You run. And without the ball, can Pogba do that? Because it's not in his natural
It's not in his DNA.
Well, this is the frustrating thing. Mane in his DNA is, I'm here to work for my team.
Yes.
And just being a team player, you need to pitch up for your team first and foremost.
Yeah.
And all of these brasses don't do that.
The Man United guys.
Yeah. And in general, the
what
big
you see?
brasses don't do it.
So tell me about Sancho, Brad. What are your thoughts on him?
I think Sancho's got mad potential, but you also want to see him just drop your head. Yeah, you got bought for 100 million.
Yeah.
Put your head down and graft, my boy. You're 21 years old. Just graft. Put your head down for 2 years. Before you know it, that'll be who you are.
I got you. That's a great point.
But do you know what you see it with Liverpool, guys? We're speaking about Salah and stuff. Do you know who's on it? Jota, guys.
No, but
Jota's
he's
a
proper.
beast.
No, he's proper. He's proper. Again, that character. See, that character of that doggedness. Because he's a bastard.
You can see it.
No, he's a bastard.
He has it in him, yeah.
He's a Bobby Firmino bastard.
Yeah.
These things are important. Fabinho's
He was a bastard,
and you saw him on the weekend.
But see, that's the
Pulling
difference.
and-
Not one United player can do that stuff.
And that should worry you. Because there's lots of goals there, man. Man United with Greenwood on the bench, scoring 100 goals.
Do you know when I saw it that you need that bastard. Did you see Rudiger against United?
Yeah.
Rudiger's that person.
No.
He's a bully.
None of our defenders have it.
Listen, Brad, I didn't want to trigger you on this Monday morning.
No, I'm glad. I actually needed to wake up.
Now you've got it out of you. Now you can go back. Maybe when you get to the gym before you see the next client, maybe just get under the rack 1, 2, or 3.
I'm going to try my PB today.
Oh yeah.
What?
No, peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Brad, great to see you,
Yeah,
pal.
you too, bro.
Yeah, no, great to have you. Senzo, good to have you back. That is Man United. Love to know what you think. You can comment in the comment section. PB&J, peanut butter jelly sandwich. Absolutely, that's incredible. You've made my day.
I don't know where it came from.
You've made my day. Brad, Man United back. Just give Ralph the job, man.
Interim before the interim.
Just give Ralph the job. 3-year contract. United are back, guys.
Let's just stand at the entrance of the hall, and when every player walks out, smack him across the face.
Do you know you see our managers perform? Interim.
Yeah.
It's that interim thing. You saw Carrick said, hey, let me quit while I'm ahead.
Michael Carrick, all right? That's fair enough, Brad. Great to see you. We'll see you next week, pal. Michael Carrick, possibly the greatest manager Man United have ever had. 100% undefeated record. He did draw one game against Chelsea, but the man just, 100% undefeated. Possibly the greatest midfielder we've seen post Roy Keane, and now possibly the greatest manager United have ever had. Numbers don't lie. It's the MKT Show. Last night there was racing that seemed scripted in the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We're going to get straight to it because that almost looked unreal. If you didn't watch it, by the way, first of all, I just want to say this off the bat. That looked like a cheap Konami game, that track. It looked ridiculous. I don't know what the aficionados say, but I've still got Sense Table with me and joining us now, Spike Ballantyne. Spike, do you know what I mean though?
I know what you mean. The kind of the way it's flat and it just kind of weaves in and out.
And lights and it's you never get like the way they've set up the cameras. You never really get to see above the track.
Yeah.
So it's just like lights, and I love a night race. But yesterday just seemed like, those cheap games, PlayStation 1, Konami. And it's your time to go.
Yeah, I was gonna say don't conflate PlayStation 1 and Konami. I mean, Konami's like
godly.
80s, yeah.
But do you know what
I know what you mean? Yeah, like 16-bit, like 32
no,
colors.
like PlayStation 1. So post 16-bit, where they've got graphics.
Yeah.
But there's European games, and then there's like that Asian style design where there's Gran Turismo, which is also on PlayStation 1. But then there was like I forget what the Japanese games were, but there was a generic like where it looks ridiculous.
Yeah, and it is that visual. You are dead on.
So I just thought that's a thing. But maybe Senzo, did you watch the race?
No, I just woke up this morning and they're like, oh, tie. Blockbuster finish.
James, you see any of the racing yesterday before I get Spike to actually give better commentary than Konami 90s game? Did you see any of the racing yesterday?
I did watch, I think, the last 10 or so laps.
Why didn't you watch the whole race? Are you not a F1 fan?
Why didn't I watch the whole race?
Yeah.
Because I was a little bit busy.
Doing what?
I was doing things.
Doing what?
I was, stuff.
Like what? Give me one thing you were doing that meant you missed probably the most electrifying race over the last, 5 years, I would imagine. But it just had everything. What were you doing that was more important?
I was doing a little bit of admin stuff for work.
That's what you say. I don't believe that.
You don't buy it.
No, because you put it on a separate screen. Or don't you have DSTV on a separate screen? Or what?
I do, but I can't watch and do. I can listen and do, but I can't watch and do.
I've seen you try to multitask. Not a good situation for you and the person who needs you to be multitasking on the other side.
It's true.
So, no, fair enough. Smart decision, James, because you want to get your work accurate.
Yeah, I mean, look, as accurate as it can be, conspiracies and everything else aside.
I don't want to get into some of the conspiracies. We did land on the moon.
Hitler died in Argentina.
Okay, listen, that's nonsense. Toyota's was nonsense. Max Verstappen's qualifying. What happened there, Spike? Like, already from qualifying, I was like, because I didn't watch qualifying, but I read the article. I said this is going to be so lit. It felt like F1 had decided.
This
is
the way
what's
it's
gonna happen.
Liberty Media were like, look, we own the sport now. We're going to tell you how it goes. When
It's
you
got
like
full
it.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
But what happened there? Take us through.
Well, so in qualifying, ultimately it came down to Max Verstappen making a mistake at the last corner. He was absolutely flying. He, for all the talk before the race of it looked like a Mercedes circuit. Mercedes were going to be quicker. They were going to have a Qatar kind of advantage that they had, where they were way quicker than the Red Bull. Verstappen just kept them honest the whole way through. And in Q3, last flying laps, he was 0.3 up at the second check, and just that last corner, lost it, just touched the wall, over, it's done. And the amazing thing was that if you watch it, you could see how on the limit he was. I mean, he was as close to the wall as you could get. And as a casual observer, you see and they go, wow, he looks like he's really pushing. But there's some really great videos of the other drivers being interviewed in the pen while Verstappen was doing that lap. And obviously there's big screens around it, and they're watching. And the clip of, I think it's Alonso, who's being interviewed by the Dutch channel. And he stopped his interview to watch. And both him and the reporter are looking at the screen. And Alonso's eyes are like on stalks watching how quick Verstappen was going around that.
Having said that, now, again, another part of this, which, now that you're saying it, when they gave you the driver's slightly high view of the guy in front of them, I felt like they were going to crash into the wall the whole time. Because if you look at that, because what happens on that Saudi track, because they've got, obviously, it's, again, Konami 1998, every time the guy would turn left, it would look, because now you're on board with the other guy, would look like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening. Yeah. So I totally
blind corners. And that was a big concern for a lot of the guys going, there's no runoff. There's blind corners. We're doing, massive speed, 300 k's an hour. Jeez. Something goes wrong, you come around a blind corner and it's tickets. So we had Nikita Mazepin hit the back of George Russell. That was not exactly a blind corner, but it showed how quickly things happen.
Yeah.
But George Russell came out after the race and said, no, things need to change there. There's the safety there it's too dangerous. He was saying that a lot of those blind corners are completely unnecessary. He says you could just straighten that out and just have it straight. And he's not sure why they put in as many blind corners as they did. Which to me, I want to say to George, like, if you want straights and a few corners, then go to IndyCar or go to NASCAR. Here we go. Problem solved. But he's right though. As you said, there were so many shots on board where that car disappears around the corner, and you've got no idea what's going on. And then you get around the corner, he's just disappeared around the other corner. Yeah.
Jesus, take the wheel.
But just take the barricades down. I'm not saying change the track.
But they can't take the barricades down because you've got
safety.
Yeah, you've got to have something to stop the cars when something goes wrong. When an Alpine like Alonso's comes along with hectic oversteer problems the whole weekend, there's going to be a problem.
Can we not?
So you need barriers to catch him.
Like the bottom see-through, put the advertising at the top.
No, it's not so much about advertising. If you look at what's at the bottom there, it's all the Tech Pro barriers and the tires. It's all the shock absorbing stuff that prevents the likes of Mick Schumacher going through the wall when he hits it at massive speed. But I didn't see one driver coming out afterwards going, yeah, no, that was cool. All the interviews I saw were that track is hectic. It's a lot of fun, but it's super. You have to concentrate all the time. It's super physical, so it's really taxing from a mental and a physical point of view.
I can imagine though, like you're literally trying not to die.
Yeah, every corner.
You're trying not to die.
And you're hoping that the guy in front of you hasn't died going around the blind corner, because then you're going to die hitting it.
So I was right. Myself and Alonso saying it's Konami 1999 PlayStation 1, because I was reckless on there. I lights flashing, and also there's quite a bit going on. There was like a Ferris wheel that was lit.
Oh yeah, they're in this big screen.
Yeah, there was, and they're advertising as well. Like,
so literally, you can't, like, let's say you're driving, you can't literally go, oh, the Ferris wheel looks nice. You have to be.
Yeah,
because you know what it was? It was a bit of a sensory experience just watching. I can only imagine for the drivers. And now there's blind corners and holy smokes.
But it's also a very good example of just how fast Formula One cars are. So yes, you go on board and you go, wow, that's, they disappear really quickly, and you get that sense. But then there's a lot of videos pre the race where you've got guys like Bernd Mailander in the safety car. I think Jolyon Palmer did a thing where he did a lap of the circuit, and that you go on board with those guys, and Bernd Mailand is not a slow driver,
Yeah.
and he's in a car designed to go as quickly as possible for a production car around that circuit.
Yeah.
And you watch on board with that, and you're like, oh, that's not too bad. You know, he's giving it as much as he can,
Yeah.
and it still looks relatively tame. And then you jump on board the F1 car, and you see how much quicker that car, and that gives you a sense of what supermen these guys are to be able to travel at that speed and control those cars on those kinds of circuits.
But my thing is, isn't that what practice is for?
I don't know if there's practice for 300k's blind corner. You know, human eyes are human eyes.
No, I mean, you get guys who yeah, I mean, practically, obviously you get your eye in practice, but you get guys like Raikkonen who's like, you know, doesn't do a track walk. He's like, oh, you know what, I'll go out there and see how it goes. If you brake with it, you kind of give it 100 to 130 meters and you brake, you should be fine. And then that's the way he learns the circuit. And then you get guys like Charles Leclerc, who had a pretty bad accident in free practice, and then took a while to find his confidence again.
Yeah.
He took it slowly and built up over the into qualifying to find his feet again.
The problem is the Saudis have probably paid 10 times whatever Formula One costs to bring.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we don't go, hey, driver safety, maybe we put that aside because we got bills to pay.
Yeah.
We Formula One.
And then, I mean, we said that the Saudis would do it better than anybody else because we have to be better than everybody else. There's no doubt it's a spectacular track to watch a race on.
Yeah.
I mean, it just the racing is phenomenal. The speed and the sense of speed that you get there is better than anywhere else.
But like, my thing is like, you know, when people got out the cars, I think Oaks were relieved more than anything. Like, Jesus, I don't have to do.
I survived.
I survived. I don't have to do another lap in there.
Well, speaking of which,
Yeah.
probably the most icy kind of end of race that I've seen, because afterwards I was just like I wanted to switch over to NFL now because you know it's my little pre-bed thing.
Right,
NFL
right.
Vikings
Are you saying that it puts you to sleep? I don't blame you.
Well, no.
Vikings,
I said
the Vikings.
pre-bed.
Oh, okay.
I sleeping is a choice, but I couldn't go over because I thought, I cannot wait. I don't know if you saw Max crash into his like.
Yeah.
He was steaming when he came in there. I thought this is going to be electric, but immediately Lewis did the like muted celebration and let me be off because I think if he turns to Max there, it's on. They on right there.
Yeah.
Because,
You're right.
no.
Ah, no.
Well, I don't mean. I don't think
yeah.
fight. But if they make eye contact, there's words immediately, and then they've like Max has had enough fines. I'm glad that
And
Lewis
penalties.
did the. So watch it again. Because Lewis usually gives it a stand on the car, the big one.
Yeah.
He does the yeah, and gets off and goes to his team immediately.
Yeah, and then
he doesn't even
disappears.
look right.
Yeah.
Watch it again.
Yeah, you're right.
Because
I'm
I
actually watching
thought he was fuming because you heard what he said in the car. This guy's he's crazy or he's
crazy,
dangerous.
yeah.
Yeah.
He said that about Hamilton.
Oh no! Hamilton
he
said that about
Verstappen.
Verstappen.
Said he was
This guy's
over.
cool.
Yeah, and he continued afterwards, going, you know, he's over the line. You know, he's driving like a crazy man. So
mental.
yeah.
Spike, dirtiest race. Have you seen a dirtier race in your life?
Terrible. It was. You know, I was saying to Jim Bob on the way in that. You know, he said, "What do you think of the race?" I thought, you know, it was a great race, but I really, really don't enjoy races where the racing is kind of secondary to all the arguments and the kind of the fighting and the marshals are unfair and I got penalized and why did I do this and he shouldn't have done that. You know, and that for me was what the race was about.
Yeah.
It was more about people arguing about the legalities of certain things or the fairness of certain things rather than these guys going out there and actually racing to win. So. It was a hell of a dirty race. I mean, the amount of penalties dished out to Max Verstappen. You know, I'm not going to get into whether they're warranted or not because there's so many. But he got a lot of penalties. He got pinned back as often as he could. He got told to give positions back.
But there's two things I wanna ask there because I try to look into what's the ruling there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with the big one.
Yeah.
Did he give because. Obviously, like he did when he did give the position back, and then obviously he's in that DRS zone.
Yeah.
Now the argument that I was hearing and reading some of it is that Hamilton turned down the space because he knew what Max was doing. It was that same zone of he'll have DRS and take over again. Did he give enough? Did Max slow down?
Max slowed down massively. So if you watch the onboard with Max on that lap 37, I think it was. And I understand that the radio transmissions and the picture don't always sync up, but they're a few seconds apart, maybe at best.
Mm-hmm.
But his engineer comes on and goes, Max, let's give the position back.
Yes.
And almost immediately, Max, he's in a straight line, he comes off the gas and he starts gearing down. And you can see it on his steering wheel and you can hear it. So he backs off straight away. And then Lewis comes up behind him And if you go on board with Lewis also backs off and gears down and slows down behind him. And then I don't know what was going through their heads, the two of them, because to me, sure, I get what you're saying, and Christian Horner said the same thing about Lewis was waiting because he knew what the DRS meant at that point. So he didn't want to overtake him because he knew that he would just get overtaken again, and Max would then have the advantage into turn one as well. So Lewis supposedly hung back there, but I want to know if he wasn't playing the DRS game, for him to come out and go, well, I didn't know what Max was doing.
Come on.
I don't know why he was slowing down. You know what the thing is? If Lewis comes out and goes, I didn't know he'd been told to give me the position, so I was a bit confused. That's, for me, is irrelevant. You don't know if he's slowing down to give you a position. You don't know if he's breaking down.
Yeah.
You don't know if he's got some technical issue.
Yeah.
If you are the driver behind your title rival who's in first,
Yeah.
and the guy is slowing down,
You gun it.
you pass him. You
And
don't
you're Lewis
slow-
Hamilton.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not a learner
You
driver.
don't slow down and go, what's he doing? Let me slow down and see what. So that, and if you watch On Board with Hamilton, there is a, inverted commas, a long period of time where Hamilton slows right down and gears down, and then for some reason decides. Hamilton says that Verstappen hit the brakes really hard, and he does look in that very last phase. Verstappen looks like he slows down very quickly, too quick for Hamilton to avoid him. But by the same token, why was Hamilton not to the left of him?
That's what I'm saying. He left you room.
There was a car's width and more on the left-hand side of Verstappen. He could have just breezed straight past him.
But that's what I didn't get. Like, the whole thing looked weird because it was
Very
almost
weird.
like a learner driver. It's like,
So you rate it as a fix?
you're in the top 5 greatest, like, motorsport creatures ever. So forget about whether it's 2 wheels, 4 wheels.
Yeah.
Like, Lewis, how much more space do you want?
Yeah.
Plus,
And how much more of an invitation do you want?
that's what, it's not like Max slammed on the brakes late.
Yeah.
That whole segment, you saw him slow down, like you're saying. Look, come on. And then he goes and gives it that one. Like, I was out on Lewis on that one. I was like, okay, now I don't want to hear it. I don't care what the rest is.
Yeah.
Don't give me that one.
The only thing I can think of is that in Lewis's brain, there'd been so many. The race had been a bit topsy turvy. They'd had the restart. I think there'd been one VSC already. So maybe he thought Max was slow. In the best case scenario, was slowing down because Max had seen a VSC and he hadn't, or something. But they've got so much indication on their steering wheels. They've got engineers in their ears telling them what to do. When it comes to that kind of thing. I honestly think that he was going for the DRS thing, and then when it didn't work out, he was like, he brake tested me.
Because what I loved wasn't that. Then it went upstairs.
Yeah.
And now, it wasn't Horner. Who's the other guy who talks to the FIA guy? Because now there was communication problems there. That I loved.
Yeah.
And he's like, eventually the FIA guy's like, well, I can only push so many buttons.
I can only touch so many people at one time.
No, you only told me. I don't know if you heard them argue. Did you hear that at that part?
That was the Mercedes guy.
Yeah. That's when he said, no, you only told me when it happened. No, I told you.
I thought
Car Central.
I loved it.
I love the way that Michael Massey, who's the race director for the FIA, he's this Australian dude he's just, it does. I mean, the whole place could be on fire and he'd be the calmest, quietest guy in the world. He's got this dude at Mercedes shouting at him, and he's like, I can only push so many buttons.
I loved it. I loved it.
So quiet and calm, which just adds to, I'm sure it adds to everyone's who's got that emotion dealing with him, and he's so calm. It must piss them off even more.
But then, look, once this drama happens, obviously the off-the-track thing, okay, the validity of that, whatever, Spike, like you said, okay, whether it's valid or not is... But now, I don't. For those who didn't see, by the way, now Lewis Hamilton's wing's destroyed, by the way.
Yeah.
Like...
The front right corner,
I thought, okay, well, this is Formula One. Obviously, as an aficionado, I understand every part of the car matters. And I thought, problems here now for Lewis. And then I thought, excellent. Because even with a 5-second gap, that's a destroyed wing. There must be big problems.
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton went on to go fastest lap.
Yeah.
And showed perhaps why he's now in that Michael Schumacher conversation. And whether that affected him or not, I just think the composure to deal with all of this madness, even if it's his fault, that shows you greatness.
I agree with you to a point. It is the mitigating factor there is that Verstappen came out afterwards and said, you know what, after that penalty, there's no point trying to catch the guy.
Yeah.
So he backed off massively. And eventually ended like 8 or 10 seconds down there, and then 22 seconds with his extra 10-second penalty at the end of it.
Yeah.
But I think also that as much as every part counts and every bit of carbon fiber is important, there have been instances in the past where cars have run as well, if not better, with fewer aerodynamic bits. And I wish I could remember off the top of my head what races it's happened at, but I've seen it 2 or 3 times before where people have said exactly that. Oh no, the barge board's gone, or the front end wing plates, the front wing end plate's gone. Now there's going to be trouble, and it actually hasn't worked out like that at all. And this is another example of that. Sometimes, given the right circuit or the right car, the right circumstances, actually that particular piece doesn't have that much of an impact on the car. And I'm not saying that he had a front, his wing was broken and that made the car better, but certainly the track was rubbering in, the fuel loads were lighter. So I think that, I'm not taking away from his brilliance as a driver, but I think that it can happen that aerodynamic pieces are removed and the car still runs fine.
Yeah, I mean, you went fastest lap, so
Yeah.
it can't be.
Yeah.
But here's my thing that I didn't understand, for the virtual safety car, can we stop the nonsense of the teams have to let their guy know? Why is that not on the there should be a direct line to every car?
It is.
And it's but then how come guys are like confused about it? Do you know what I mean? Why is there not just one voice? All of you bastards, slow down now.
Yeah,
Right now.
There doesn't even have to be a voice. There are boards all around the circuit that
Telling you what's
display
going on
VSC.
here.
Yeah.
There's a thing that comes up on your steering wheel with a bright LED going VSC.
And is that immediate for everyone?
Yeah.
So what's going on
all
there?
the cars are hooked into race control.
Yeah.
So when race control puts out a safety car or a VSC or any other yellow flag or blue flag, that all is connected to the car and the driver sees it straight away.
So is that just delinquency from some of the drivers who
I
just
guess so.
don't
Yeah.
want to play ball?
Maybe they're too busy, adjusting their brake
Being
balance
millionaires.
So what happened with Perez and Verstappen first corner? Apparently they nearly.
Oh wow, yeah, no, Verstappen. I think Perez was desperate to get past Leclerc, and he almost did, but then ran wide. I mean, he locked up and almost took out Verstappen in that first corner. That would have been.
What do you think Horner was going to say?
Oh,
if that happened?
fine. No, you can hand in your resignation now. No, for sure. And if that cost them, that was so bad.
Yeah, it could have been it could have been
Like,
terrible.
that's not the time.
Yeah.
For Perez, like, I get it. We're all competitive animals.
Yeah.
Bro, not this one, because... But that's another level of self-awareness. Like, I'm all for be competitive. Not like that. Not there. Not when your mate's that close as well.
No, but also I think he was instructed. I think they needed him in the fight for the constructors, and they told him just do your damnedest to get past Leclerc at the start. And also, the thing is, he was, I think, if I remember correctly, he was slightly ahead. It's just that he locked up. So he was in the right place. His tires or his brakes weren't warm enough, so that's why he locked up. And that's what happened. But I think that instruction came from the management to say, we need you in that fight in the top 4. So go for it.
But it's over now, hey? Constructors is...
Well, yeah, barring a very bad weekend for Mercedes next week, it's pretty much done and done.
Boy, oh boy. I have to be honest with you. What as events were unfolding, I thought to myself, you know what it reminded me of? Manchester United in the 90s and noughties in the Premier League. I thought...
Fergie toe.
I just thought, like sometimes it's... it feels like the sport is willing it Lewis's way.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying they are, because that's an accusation of fixing, and that's not what I'm saying. But I really did feel. I thought, this feels a bit slimy, because what I did like was it who threw the earpiece? Was it Toto?
Oh, Toto! When
he went
lost his
nuts. I
shit.
love it.
What did he do?
And who's the English bloke behind him?
You know what I loved about that shot, where you saw Toto bashing his headphones on the table? There's not a chance those headphones survived, and yet in the next shot there is with a new set of headphones.
Who's the guy behind him?
I think they said he was the Mercedes communications guy.
Did you see him?
He was communicating.
He did the football thing. The footballers give it this one.
Yeah.
Because that. So when Lewis crashed into what's it? Verstappen, right? Yeah. That's when no one gives it the big one. Throws. But there's another guy who does the. You know when Sammy Lee used to be with Big Sam.
Yeah.
And you always saw Sammy Lee in the background. It looked like that. Like Toto's going nuts, and there's this other bloke giving it and
adding a bit of spice.
All sorts of colourful language in there going towards Verstappen. It was just incredible. But that's what it's about. You see, now these American, and whoever's on production there, fantastic
Yeah.
work. Because really, you should be, there's incredible action on the track. No. Corners losing.
Yeah, but there's the same shot. You didn't watch qualifying, but there was a shot of Jos Verstappen, Max's dad, in the Red Bull garage during his qualifying lap, and when he lost it. So they obviously just focused one camera on him for the whole lap, and then when Max lost it, Jos lost it as well, banging on the table and throwing shit. So it's exactly that production value of the action's not always on the track. It's sometimes in the pit.
I loved it. But what a race!
Yeah, as I say, I think it was very dirty in a lot of ways, but wow, as a showcase of speed and a showcase of what Formula One is, the full potential of those cars unleashed on that kind of circuit. It was just incredible to see those cars and how well they did. Because I mean, to come away from that event with, there were a lot of incidents, but I was fully expecting, even more safety cars. I was expecting guys to lose it more earlier on for a start, and then more often.
And tell me this. Is it just me, or is there more debris on tracks these days? Like, how many...
I think that's probably... There was a lot of debris. I mean, it was the result... that was why there were so many virtual safety cars.
But I just feel like all the races, there's lots of debris stops.
Yeah, I think maybe it might be more of a priority these days.
I see.
The race director going, there's debris, let's get it off the circuit. But I think it's compounded by the fact that Jeddah is as fast as it is, and you can't get a marshal on there to clear stuff away. I think in some instances, you might find that there is debris on track, but the track is slow enough, or the gaps are big enough that a marshal can run on. There was a shot last night of a marshal running on, grabbing a piece. Yeah, so it might be the case that on other circuits that they're able to do that because the circuit is generally slow or the gaps are bigger and they can get a guy on there to remove it. So there's no need for a VSC.
But also a good point for the marshals with the debris is maybe those blind corners become dangerous then as well, because what happens when that virtual safety car it's like an emergency now. Like, I have to go and get that thing. I can only slow down so much, and
I think if it's that much of an emergency, then it's a red flag or a
it's a
full
red
safety
flag
car.
anyway.
Yeah, then they'll stop. If it's a big enough piece or in the wrong place, then they will stop the race.
James, I know you're a bit of a feeling person, and we'll talk about this in full on the other side. But because you're a sensitive, caring, creative human being, imagine you're driving in a Formula One race, right? And for, was it 70 laps, Spike?
50 laps.
Or 50. So for 49 laps, 0.999 laps, 49.9 recurring laps, you're getting on the podium, mate. Come around the last corner. Obviously your mom, your girlfriend's there, your other girlfriend's there, you're a Formula One driver, you got like 6 girlfriends. And then you come around the corner. And then the Mercedes power comes through on that last corner. 100
I'm actually
meters out.
so glad you brought this to me. Can I tell you why?
Because I know you're a feeling person. Well, why?
Because I wanted to put on our WhatsApp group last night after the race, like, shameful Ocon or whatever. But then I tried to avoid doing that because I knew where it was going to go. Like, James is a feelings guy and blah, blah, blah.
Well, I mean,
so
I've gone there anyway now.
I did feel quite bad for him last night. I'm not going to lie to you.
Did you think to yourself, oh my word, I can't believe it?
We should go to a break and stuff.
It's the MKT Show.
Yeah.
Oh, can't believe it. Some of the events on the last lap yesterday. Oh, can't believe it.
Oh, come on. You're better than that.
That's because you didn't see what happened. When you hear, this is going to be electrifying for you. What happened? You thought I was exaggerating just now. When you hear it, you know what you're going to say. Oh, can't believe it. Oh, can't believe it.
Oh.
Now, James, let's get back in the feelings game, because Spike is obviously Scottish, cold-blooded, and he just cares about hard racing till the end. I want more feeling in this. You're more of a, after guy. I'm watching my films in black and white. I need sad music in the background where it's a violin that sounds like a small dinosaur dying. I don't want to use an animal that's alive. I do like animals. So I can't use like animals that are alive now. Otherwise people tag me. But if you say dinosaur, like nobody knows exactly what a dinosaur, but you can imagine a small dinosaur dying. That's what that music sounds like in those terrible kind of nouveau films that you and your friends probably had with man buns at AFTA. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's true. It's true. Yeah.
When you saw what happened to Ocon yesterday, just give me your first 11 feelings, James. What are you thinking? Comfort food immediately, because that was heartbreak.
I genuinely felt heartbroken for him. Like, just...
Yeah.
That's like... It's the definition of so close yet so far away.
Because he passes him on the line.
Yeah.
It was like, what, 100 meters out or so?
Yeah. The last sort of 100 meters ago.
Yeah, but in Formula 1 racing, those things are... I mean, that's a spaceship.
Yeah.
It's less than a second kind of thing. He beats him by what, a tenth
By
of
a
a second?
tenth of a second, yeah.
And, I mean, look, you race for is it Alpine? You're not guaranteed very many podiums. And then for this guy to come in who gets podiums every second or third week and just steal it right under your nose.
See, I knew James would come with the Montessori approach. I absolutely loved it, I have to tell you. I was like, hey, no, we race until the finish. Spike, your thoughts on that, on Ocon? What are we doing there?
I feel so sorry for the guy. I really do. I mean, sure, he really lucked into the position with the red flags, but also, he did really well to qualify where he did. And that's the way racing goes. Sometimes you get the luck of the draw. Sometimes you don't. I'll just ask Lando Norris.
That's that guy in bad luck.
The poor dude just can't catch a break. But yeah, for Ocon, I think he proved in Hungary that he can lead races, he can win races. But I think he came out afterwards and he said, our race wasn't with them. They're in a different league. We're not fighting them. So as much as he let Max and Lewis go, I think he would have been gutted that he didn't manage to hold off Bottas at that last 100 meters, especially when you consider that the length of time that he had to make up that tenth of a second. He could have gone, 10 meters deeper into 2 or 3 corners.
Yeah.
And over that time, and he would have had it. But by the same token, he did also say that as much as he's disappointed to not be on the podium, Alpine are sticking to the plan, and they are getting better all the time, and they are proving themselves to be a really good outfit. And when they do come together, they get it right in a really good way. And according to Ocon, when they get that consistency, they are going to be dangerous. That's his word. They're going to be dangerous to the other teams. And that's really cool. With a guy like Alonso and who's there kind of guiding the ship to an extent.
Yep.
And a talent like Ocon, I think they're on the right path. So yeah,
On the right track.
On the right track. So yeah,
I loved it.
Heartbreaking.
I like the heartbreak.
I was really
I
hoping.
loved it.
I was really hoping it would be a Gasly Hamilton in Brazil situation where Gasly just managed to outdrag Hamilton by like half a car length and get that podium, but it wasn't to be.
But again, this is why I said last night felt scripted, because we're all caught up in the.
If it was scripted, Ocon would have got the podium.
No, but I'm saying because you'd already had kind of the drama with those front two. Like, you didn't need more drama for that race because there's enough content for the next week. Formula One is going to be lit for the next week.
This is going to hang. This is going to be hangover to the start of next season.
That's
Whatever the result.
Yeah.
People are going to refer to this race as like the decider. The turning point.
There's going to be 2 episodes on Drive to Survive on just
on this race.
To be continued.
But then now you bring in the heartbreak of that is so bitterly heartbreaking. That's another episode on its own, because it's the guy who, he
won a race in Hungary.
That's
he
it.
did well.
Now it's, because now you can do his own docu on what it's like to try hard and it's never enough.
Did he hit the Instagram post? Did he go to Lando and say, Lando, my boy, how do you do this?
No, James, I don't know. Did you have a look at his Instagram afterwards? Because we obviously, one thing we don't know, put into perspective, is how rare being on a podium is in Formula One in a lifetime.
Ask Hulkenberg.
What was his Instagram immediately? Did he hit Instagram and just like, it means a lot? Did he get the crying?
There was a point where the speaker went down. I didn't hear who we're talking about.
So Ocon, what was his Instagram like afterwards? Did he do the?
I will tell you in 1 second.
He must be doing cry face guy, like, I'll be back or whatever. But
well, he did. I'll tell you, I'm looking at the post now. He didn't go to the Lando Norris School of Instagram because he's got a photo of him and Hamilton in turn 1 where they touched briefly. So he's not putting the sad face photo up there. The sad face selfie.
He did say, one to remember, we finished 4th, not 3rd, but I'm proud of what we achieved. Thank you all for your support. We keep pushing.
He didn't type that. He's lying. There's no way. There's no way.
We must go to Lando for some kids.
No, he didn't type that because
He was
the
good to Lando.
fury I would be. But
Would
honestly,
you be raging, eh?
bro, nobody in the world
I think
gets on a podium.
I think you got to take it. You got to take it all in balance, right? You got to look at the dude's life. Last week he was handing out the Ballon d'Or to whoever won it.
That's also true.
And then this weekend he lost
Peter
out on a
Dinklage
podium.
guy from Argentina. Don't worry about him.
Okay. And then this week he lost out on a podium. So good week, bad week.
You take the 4th with the good, as the old saying goes.
You got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, can't believe it.
No, but he did say, he said, I'm going to cry. Like, they said he makes a heartbreaking admission.
Yeah.
I'm reading now. They
I
said
would honestly,
he
if it
probably
was
hit
me-
a thumb tears, like, no ways, bro.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
I if it was me, I'd go to my little trailer after the race and have a good little cry.
You know what? I'd do something uber dramatic, just like cancel my wedding.
What?
Do you know what I mean? Like I just
I just can't say no.
No, like not this year. You know how people say not right now?
Yeah.
I'd change my new thing to not this year. Like just Give me 12 months. I've got stuff to recover from. Yes, but Ocon, my mom's already booked her trip. And let's say his wife's or his fiance would be like Indonesian. He said, cancel the tickets. You clearly didn't see what happened, right? I lost time on that first corner, and that's on me. Is that the kind of man you want to marry? And then you make it about her, you know what I mean? Like, what does that say about you? You want to marry the guy in fourth place? Like, I'd be a complete drama queen, but fantastic for the game. And again, I thought, for him to have that, because Mercedes, like you say, it's another level. It shows you, hey, another year's advancement, hangs around Alonso, maybe gets hair tips from him, and also racing advice by next year.
I don't know if you can hope to emulate Alonso's hair, but still.
Yeah, but you can only hope to get.
But he did say that. They said this is what he said. Ocon, don't push me. I'm gonna cry. When they're asking questions like, bro, please.
That's why I'm telling you, he didn't write that Instagram. He didn't write that Instagram.
No, when they asked him, he said, please don't
push me.
I'm going to cry.
So let me give him some credit then, because I love the heartbreak. Smart of you to hand your cell phone to the PR person to go and type it's all about teams. Jimbo. I mean, guys, for me, incredible. Listen, let's move on. Vettel had a little bit of a sitch there.
Shame. Poor. I feel sorry for Verstappen. For Vettel. So, I mean, this is one of the nicest guys. In fact, he is the nicest guy in Formula 1.
Vettel?
Yeah, after Silverstone, he spends 3 hours tidying up the plastic, like all the rubbish from the grandstands. I think it was Hungary or somewhere, he met up with a couple that got engaged because the guy messaged him saying, hey, I'm proposing to my girlfriend at the race, don't you want to stop by? And he stopped by and shook their hands and took a selfie. In Saudi Arabia, the guy organizes a karting event called #RaceForWomen.
Yeah.
Him, 8 women and girls in karts at an event.
In Saudi Arabia.
My
man. He knows he's good at PR. He's good at this thing.
That's what he's doing.
Lewis Hamilton wears a Pride helmet. Good on you.
Mm-hmm.
Sebastian Vettel goes out there, puts himself in line.
First for women.
Yeah, and then goes racing with women and publicizes the crap out of it.
Yeah.
This is the character of the guy. And yet he can't get a break on the racetrack. Gets tagged by Yuki Tsunoda. Gets mugged by Kimi Raikkonen.
Raikkonen doesn't like anything anybody does.
Oh, he's from Finland. It's tough to be happy when
yeah, true that.
You're basically just a
You're a
Caucasian Inuit, really.
Yeah.
That's what they are. That's what they are over there. And, all fishing all the time.
Yeah.
Great at skiing.
Yeah. Are they?
Yeah, they're proud of it.
They're good race drivers as well, generally.
They're also good at saunering. I used to go to lots of my father lived there for a while, and I used to go to saunering championships.
Wait, hold on.
Championships.
Oh, have I not told you this?
Is the championship decided on heat or duration?
That's
or
what
both?
I wanted to know.
Both.
Oh,
yeah.
How hot and how long?
Yeah. No, but also, so while you're at these things, have I not told you these stories? James, have I not told the story before?
I know I did a segment when we were in the old studio. And
Yeah.
I was like the weirdest sports in the world, and I said the National Sauna Championship.
Yeah, and you thought I didn't know about it, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I said, no, I've been to a couple.
Yeah.
You went to a couple.
Yeah.
What do you mean? So what goes on? So they just turn on the heat and then there's a guy just cooling there.
Yeah,
I can't believe I haven't told you guys.
Stop.
Is there commentary?
I don't know if it's on. Yeah, that's a good question. Because I've only been live. I've never thought of watching it on TV. Oh no, but it's like a whole event.
So what do they just?
And it's a big thing, by the way. If you're the best sauna in your village,
Is it at someone's house or what?
no. There's a setup. There's guys. Oh my god,
Who decides to crank up the heat? Oh no,
this is awesome. I love that I get to.
Who cranks up the heat?
You decides. Okay, no, this is the turn it up a bit.
Oh, you guys are a bunch of Neanderthals. I'm so glad to educate you.
Yeah.
What the sophisticated people are doing out there. No, it's a whole thing, by the way. The whole village comes out. There are villagers who bring their guy or girl, and it's a whole thing. So the kids are, there's an ice fishing thing going. It's all happening.
Well, Oaks Max out on
No, hang on a second. When you say saunering championship, this is like inter-village. This is not like inter-provincial.
No, this is like, it's a huge thing if you can be like the sauna guy.
But from
in
your
Finland.
village.
Yeah.
Okay, that changes.
No, but it goes national.
That's what I'm saying. So it is national.
Yeah. Oh yes. No, it's like, guys, I'm not exaggerating.
Wow.
It's as big here as being like
The Grandmaster.
No. Like schoolboy rugby kind of thing.
Are you serious?
Guys, when I say I don't know if it's on YouTube, but when I say the village comes out, I'm talking about like a 6,000 people event.
This is our guy. Like this is.
No,
our...
it's cooking. Like the kids are having a great time. There's ice fishing. There's like
So
stalls.
it's like rugby fest.
No, guys, it's huge.
It's a festival. It's a sauna festival.
We're ice fishing.
Wait, my thing is that now. Okay.
I was the only black person there for a while.
I'm sorry, but I'm surely you were the only black person in Finland.
For a while, until another chemical engineer.
Besides your dad, I mean.
Well, no, he wouldn't come. No, my dad's at work. But I'm having a great time.
My thing is.
and then another chemical, because it was all the chemical engineer. At a
Right.
stage, Finland was like chemical engineer central.
Right.
Like when my dad's very old. It was like noughties, early
Right,
noughties,
right.
late 90s.
My thing is that now who decides? Okay, to crank up the heat. Like, how does this work? Like, I'm fascinated by
That's
this.
a good question.
And also, did they crank it up in like half degrees, full degrees?
Okay, these are the details where I don't know, because I was just a young whippersnapper. In and I'm all about it,
Shutting
because
it
I'm
down,
hyperactive. I'm here
Everywhere.
and there. I'm moving and grooving. I'm with all my mates. We were doing it. Yeah.
So is there a commissioner that says, okay, now 10 minutes, boys? Just.
I would
turn it
no,
up a bit.
but
Do they have referees?
yes.
They have to,
No,
bro.
it's a
They
big
have to.
thing. No,
What
it's
is
a
a referee?
guys. It's a huge thing. You really need to look into it. Jimbo, what you got there, pal?
No, I was just going to ask
can't believe you guys
if
don't
two
know.
people inside the sauna can't agree on who the winner is, does it become a heated debate?
Oh wow!
Okay, we're gonna have to move on.
I don't know, man. But all I've heard is it's hotly contested.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're staying there. They're
So
staying,
they're just like cooling.
they're
Like
staying
they,
there till the finish. Yeah.
so till the finish, I like it. What happens if you don't finish?
Oh well. It's then they send you to Helsinki.
Guys, you know there was also a Russian guy that died during the sauna World Championship.
Really?
Yeah,
Wait, is this a real thing?
No,
Or
for real.
Is this part of a shtick?
I swear on my life.
No, I'm not surprised. So, where in Finland or was it in Russia? Because it's saunaing big thing in Russia as well. By the way, Siberia. I'll tell you about that story another time.
So this was at the this was the competition I did the research on in Finland. The World Championships in
Well,
Finland.
you should have done better research and told me last time. But okay, it's never too late to do the right thing there, Jimbo.
No, wait, that's what I'm saying though. This is the one that I told you about.
Oh, okay. So what happened? Russian guy died.
Yeah,
What-
he died taking part in the sauna World Championship.
Stayed in it. Hey, listen.
What happens? Wait, so
No, I'll tell you what happened. Someone said to him, "You better get out." He's like, "No, I'm going to be." He said, "You better get out,
I'm not.
otherwise you're in trouble."
you're in trouble.
No, they said, hey, get out. Quit Stalin.
Hey,
So what happens? Wait, so okay, wait. My thing is that now. So are these guys like when they're in the sauna? Are they mean mugging or they actually like having chats like casual? Like
no, you got to psych the other guys out. You can't
what
chat.
do they do? Or do
pretty
they
sure.
just chill there?
Yeah, like.
Do you know if I was that guy? I do not mess with people. I'd bring in some tea.
Yeah.
Listen.
Guys, can I just answer all of your questions
Yes.
for you in about 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so rules in the competition require the sauna to be heated to 110 degrees Celsius.
No way.
Okay?
Yeah.
Water is then added to the stove every 30 seconds, and the last person to remain in the sauna wins. Competitors must verify their condition throughout the tournament by giving a thumbs up to judges when asked, and they should be able to leave the sauna unaided in order to not be disqualified.
I can't believe you guys
Wait,
don't.
hold on.
I can't believe I haven't told you the story. It was some of the best times of my life. I'm not kidding. We went all over Finland for this.
So
Wait, hold on, hold on.
I've got a question. Do people compete individually or is it a team
That's
sport?
my thing. It's team sport.
A team sport. See, this
My question is.
is it a team sport? Yes.
The best
I hear the
person we've
competition's
had on
hot,
the show.
That is so good. That is so good.
Nice. My thing is that now. Okay, cool. Like, how long do they stay in there? Like, like the champ. Like, how many minutes?
Well, you heard James saying
Every 30
seconds. Yeah, and they
I
crank
can't
it up
last too long.
from 110.
Holy hell.
What's the hottest that's been?
That's
So,
What's the world record?
well. Here we go, James. What you got for us?
I don't have the hottest, but I do have the world record for amount of time sitting in the sauna.
Okay.
16 minutes and 15 seconds in 2003.
Bye.
Timo Korkinen.
That's a very Scandinavian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So listen, let me also tell you this. Oh boy, did I learn a lesson about sauna. Formula One show, by the way. Spike Valentine's here. We've slightly gone off. We've taken a pit stop. A box, as they say. Let me tell you something that once happened to me. So what happened once was I got a little confident because I used to sauna with the Finnish guys, and then I got a sauna at home, and I thought,
you didn't finish.
Yeah, and I thought I'm hardcore now. Then one of my dad's compatriots came and stayed at our place, and he brought his kids with him, and I forgot that I'm not at that level. So they would be crazy. I had to miss school. I'm not kidding, real thing. Because I try to hang with the heavyweights now. These kids were like, they fit. I was so ill, I missed school for a week because I stayed in the sauna too long.
Yo.
And my dad's not the stay-at-home guy. Eh? My dad...
You get your ass to school.
I've played football and rugby games with fevers. Like my dad doesn't do, you got a headache so you're not going to play a football match. I was so sick. I'd stay home for a week. Don't fall in this trap. If a Finnish person says, let's go sauna, don't fall into it. I can't make it. Feign an illness.
They're just pouring. They just
No, they get upset as well if you don't do it properly. No, they get like upset. They get upset.
Well, how do you do it properly? I think we're going down a proper rabbit hole.
No, like it's got to be hot as well.
Take it to the max.
Yeah, and no like relaxing about it. Like we're in it now.
So you're cooking off the bat.
No, they get upset. Like genuinely upset. Trust me, I lived this from 9 years old until now.
So they clocked.
So Finland, really?
So did they clock the sauna like they said, nah man, you're playing games here?
Yeah, my one couldn't crank up to that. I can't remember what the sauna at home was, but I was sick for a week because I tried to outfinish and finish.
Imagine these oaks, they're just cooling their entire...
So I've never told the story.
No, I didn't know.
James, have I not told the story of me as a youngin', as a little pickaninny running around Finland?
You did tell some of it, but you didn't go into detail about a lot.
Yeah, no, like and it was some of the best times of my childhood because you're completely off the leash there. You know, it's not like South Africa where you got to watch your kids. I'm ice fishing, I'm ice skating, I'm jumping on a sled.
You're in the sauna.
I mean, there's, what do you call those massive dogs? Like Malamute.
Malamute, yeah.
They running around and it's all, like, the Finnish are weird, dude. And I love them for it. Oh my God. It's another world there. It's like,
And you're being a black guy as well, bro.
oh, love me. Like, touching all the little kids, and especially then, 90s, noughties, they're like, does it rub off? I'm having a great time. Everyone's buying me food. They probably think, you know, like my dad lives here. I'm also middle class, but yeah, you're right. I am poor. Buy me stuff. I'm totally going with it.
And let's go hang out in the sauna.
No, let's do whatever. I'm ice fishing. It was awesome. Anyway, let's get back to Formula One. Incredible what talking about saunas will do, by the way.
I think we started by talking about Finnish people.
Is that what happened? Yeah. And then we ended up there. A steam sport, you said.
A steam sport.
That's magnificent what you've done.
The original steam sport.
No, I want you to know that is incredible what you've done there.
Spike, I want you to know that is the best pun we've had on the show.
Wow, that's big.
I'd have to
James.
agree.
Yeah.
I'd have to agree because that
it takes
one,
the title.
It works and it's funny on many levels.
It was natural. It wasn't forced.
Yeah. No, he's you get it.
I'll take it.
You get it.
I'll take it.
Let's get back to Formula One. What are we thinking about our mate at Ferrari there, Leclerc, and what he's done? Should he face? Should we be as angry with him?
I can see how it's a racing incident, but
Perez isn't happy.
Yeah, Perez is not happy. Christian Horner's not happy. But if you look at what happened, Perez was clearly ahead of the dude, and Leclerc failed to. He didn't back out of it. He just kept going and moved over, and then said, "Oh, Perez forgot I was here." No. Perez is ahead of you, pal. But the thing is moving over.
Yeah.
Surely you back off to get back onto the circuit.
But that sounds like such a Leclerc thing to say. Oh, I didn't know Perez
Yeah.
was here.
Oh no, you forgot I was here, and you took me. So yeah, I think it's kind of put a sour note on the team on the team championship, because I think it would have been really a lot closer, you know, had we had two cars. Even if Perez had finished, you know, fifth or you know, even in the top 10, it would have just kept the thing a little bit more alive.
Do you think Toto Wolff goes up to Horner and goes,
Yeah, good on. Good on.
Gotcha, my man.
next time, bye.
And you know they're doing that as well.
Yeah.
Because what I love now, so you got to see part of what's going to be great about Drive to Survive is Toto's face after from the crash to the end, and now he's loving it. He's giving it the big one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like
He's clapping Lewis as he drives into
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But during the interval, I saw that video of him breaking those earphones, and the guy behind him is just adding the spice. The guy kind of adding spice.
Yeah,
Because Toto, you can see there's just F-bomb central there.
Yeah, and then that other guy. But at the end, you gotta see Toto give it the big. You know, so sometimes it goes this way, from like absolutely incandescent to.
That's the way.
You know,
That's very
so-
Christian Horner's probably got sitting there like,
oh, mad.
Christian Horner he's not very emotive. He's very like even keel. You never
You
see
think
him.
so?
You never see him throwing stuff around like Toto does.
Yeah, Toto's
Yeah.
and
Christian
Toto's
Horner's-
got that good-looking guy
that
thing
thing,
going.
yeah.
I didn't realize it, but
did you see the hair?
You know, he looks like a young Ridge Forrester.
James, do you know Rich Forrester?
Wow.
James, you know Ridge.
You know Rich Forrester?
You don't know Ridge.
The original certified lover boy.
When
And you
you, say,
don't-
when you say he looks like a young Rich Forrester.
Yeah, like Ridge Forrester now was old.
Was he
boy.
old? I thought he was young.
Did you see Rich Forrester? No, last time I saw him, he had a man bun.
James, you know who? And you never say his surname again, James. If you read the
Ridge.
man name, there's no. It's not Ridge Forrester.
Ridge.
Ridge. You know Ridge Forrester.
Brooke and Ridge.
No.
You don't know Brooke.
Come on,
You don't know
James.
Taylor.
Ridge.
The triangle love story, James.
The original
know
Jaro.
him.
You don't know Brooke.
What would I have to Google?
Brooke was a lawyer. Yeah. You never heard Brooke was a lawyer.
And hey,
But Taylor was.
and every woman was on Taylor's side.
Hey! And then she got the Lux deal from that. Remember?
Wow.
Guys, Brooke had a bed in our office, bro.
James doesn't know.
Do you
James.
know Forrester Creations? Sally Spectra.
Yo, James, do you also...
The original Mama Zala, Stephanie Forrester.
Stephanie Forrester. James, you don't know advertising until you know
Stephanie Forrester.
the Spectra. What was it?
What was it? Forrester Creations.
Forrester Creation.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Brooke somehow owned 51%. And then she slept. She was married to Eric. Then she came for Thorn. Then she went for Brooke. I'm sure they made Stephanie sick. Yo,
James doesn't
Brooke
know.
Logan.
Brooke Logan.
She was here in South Africa. When was it? 2 years ago. The whole country shut down. Remember?
Yo, when Brooke came.
Yes. She was on every radio.
They said the original Slay Queen.
James, go and look up after this. Christian Horner, Ridge.
No, Toto Wolf.
Toto Wolf. Toto Wolf,
Rich Forrester.
Ridge Forrester. Go and look up Ridge
The
Forrester. It's
original
important,
certified lover boy.
it's important for James to know these things.
He doesn't know Rich Forrester.
You gotta know who Brooke is. Taylor.
Brooke, the original homewrecker.
James, you're lying, man. You don't know. How do you.
I'm looking now. I might know them. I don't know.
No. That's not one of those.
If you know, you
I
know.
don't. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody should know though.
James, it's kind of like tin roof ice cream. You know when you're having tin roof, man. You shouldn't be. It's not like I think I had.
No, you know.
Ridge is Ridge. Huh?
They stopped traffic, those
No
people.
idea who it is.
That's why they even had to play the news before. You remember those 5 o'clock news?
Okay with that.
You knew your mom. Your 5 o'clock. You're not touching.
You better have the tea ready, man.
It was days. Then after days, they wanted to see Spectra Creations, Sally Spectra.
Legendary stuff. But James, we'll learn. This is why you're here. Every day is a school day. Listen, let's talk. I mean, we've spoken a little bit about the race, Spike, but obviously, outside of the drama, there was other parts of the race as well. Let's go through some of the losers in the race. Who do you think came out and it wasn't so great?
Yeah, Lando Norris didn't have a great time. He was taken out by the red flag, essentially.
Did he hit Instagram this time again?
I didn't see actually. I didn't see.
James,
I think he's getting used. I think he's getting used to finishing 9th and 10th place because he's had so many over them the last few races. But I think he'll be happy that he managed to get back into the points. But he really was screwed over. He pitted under the safety car, and then they pulled out the red flag, which means he didn't. He could have got a free pit stop like Max did. And then we spoke about Ocon earlier. He was a loser as well on the line. And then we chatted about Russell as well, who just doesn't like the Jeddah circuit, thinks it's a little bit too dangerous, and wants changes made.
I'm with him. I saw the onboard of the car behind. I was like, heavens.
That's what F1 is.
Yeah. My good lord.
Oh my word.
So fast. James, you must learn who Ridge is, man.
Doesn't know Rich Forrester.
It's scary.
Did you grow up in this country, James?
That's what I'm saying. Did your mom not watch Bold and the Beautiful?
No, every guy who's gone through an F-boy stage.
Days of Our Lives.
No, there's no one who didn't
James.
watch
There's no crossover, bro. You can't leave after days.
Waffles and ice cream, Chief. You can't have one without. They were like this.
Different times.
No. Do you know who Stefano Demera is?
Yeah.
But
Then
you
how do you
know
not know?
Rich Forrester.
Your story's not coming together, James.
That guy was juggling, boy. Doc and Logan.
Who was the Britney Spearsy blonde girl on Bold? Who was crazy? The young one, man.
Was it Brooks' kid?
Yeah, no, there was one she was crazy, this girl. Or maybe she might have been on the Days of Our Lives. Young blonde girl who's
Sammy Brady.
you displaying Sammy Brady's behavior.
Sammy Brady terrorized Salem.
That's her! You remember?
That chick was on death row. Bruce, she escaped death row.
Your story doesn't come together. Sammy Brady, that's who
Sammy
you are.
Brady,
James.
Marlena's kid.
There was all sorts of controversy there. Then, do you know Marlena was possessed, James?
Stefano Demira.
Do you remember Stefano?
Put like a chip in her. Then whenever you wanted to terrorize, just put that remote. And then, hey, now Marlena's not. Because Marlena was, everybody used to go to her for advice, you know, because she was a psychologist.
Yes.
And then when she was unstable, people were like, yes, Salem's in trouble.
James, you don't know that Marlena was possessed?
I don't know if she was possessed. I do know that. What was that guy with the beard? I can't. He was
Jennifer
like,
Aniston's dad was on.
He was Eric.
No,
it was
what- Victor.
Victor.
That's
Victor.
That's Jennifer Aniston's dad.
Yes.
I think we're thinking of two different people.
Well, you don't know what you're
But
talking
that
about. You
being
don't even know
said,
Ridge
I
Forest.
remember there was a point where they were stranded on an island, and there was a whole thing, and that's about
Wait,
it.
hold on.
James is making a mockery of
Yeah.
something which is serious now.
Do you think Stephanie wants to hear the name Brooke? Hey, she terrorized the Foresters.
Jesus, that what a legend of an actress.
You got with both of my sons and my ex-husband.
What an awesome show. James,
You think
need to-
Gossip Girl had it? Nah, bro. Gossip Girl ain't
Gossip
got
Girl has nothing on that. Stefano Demira, that guy changed the face of bad guys on TV, James.
That's the ultimate bad guy. That guy terrorized Salem.
What's his real name?
Huh?
Well, Stefano Demira.
He died. didn't
That's
he?
what I'm saying. He's
Something
Stefano
massive.
Demira in real
And
life.
he was on Bold, man.
Yeah, he did.
It wasn't he Ridge's dad, alleged, because they said Stephanie. No, I was like, no, man, Stephanie doesn't. I mean, Ridge doesn't look like Eric. Thorne, maybe.
The 90s, you know what? We had MacGyver then.
Did you see that Netflix is bringing Knight Rider, the whole series?
Michael Knight.
Michael Knight.
Original though. No, we're not redoing
original.
it.
The
Original.
whole.
James, you know Kit?
Knight Industries 2000.
Do you know Kit? Don't just nod your head. Well, who's
It's
Kit?
the car from Knight Rider.
Nah, you don't know. Could it talk?
Sorry?
Could the car talk? Do you think?
Yeah, and it had like an LED.
How do you know
strip
that?
Front, and then it did like a back and forth with the lights.
With who?
So there was like this little strip on the bonnet, and it had like lights, and then it would like do this with the lights.
You've never seen a single episode. I can tell.
Do you know who Devin Miles is, James?
Ah! Do you know, James? If you don't know that one, we have to end the show immediately. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going into a very awkward HR meeting now. Spike,
Wow.
you're awesome.
Thank you very much.
That
We'll
was-
see you for the last race of the season.
Let's go. This is what we live for. This is why we're here. Hey?
It's going to be a
It's
cracker.
tie, last race, boom, and now you know because the finals in Abu Dhabi. If they thought Konami 1999 was doing it,
Abu Dhabi's probably like, listen, we've
there's
got
going to be
something for you.
gold fountains going under. It's going to be an infinity loop of
gonna be like
just
it's gonna be like
24
this-
karat gold.
Can you make a steeplechase in F1?
You know you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna have Angelina Jolie as the crew that's clearing stuff off the track. Like that's the level they're gonna
That's
take.
Salma
it to.
Hayek.
No, yeah, well, hice big race, muchos dinero in Abu Dhabi. Hice Angelina, we make muchos dinero.
The pesos.
It's muy importante we pay the tax. We all pay the tax. Lewis Hamilton y no pay the tax. That's what's gonna happen
That's unbelievable.
in Abu Dhabi. Gentlemen, today was awesome. We went to sauna, hey,
Ridge Forest.
blind turns, Ridge. James is a liar now.
No, James, you have to. Ridge Forrester.
Nah, James, you know what? Jimbo, we're gonna have an HR meeting after this. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for the last 2 hours. You learned, I learned a lot. It's a steam sport, apparently. Jimbo, to the boys in the back, to you guys, I love doing this for a living. My God, that last race is gonna be. Hey, maybe we do a watch along. I hope it'll be a night race, eh?
Next week, yeah.
Nice. It's next week. Let's see.
it's a
Let's see
night
if I'm
race.
around
It's
for
a day
that
night.
because I'd like to do something.
Where could you possibly go?
No, there's all sorts of work stuff coming up.
Cape Town again.
It's all happening. It is all happening.
Cape Town
The race
again.
starts at 3 o'clock, so
It's possible. So let's see if we can do some sort of event for that. I'd definitely be keen because that is going to be incredible.
Well,
Boys, hey, Spike?
let me know. I'm in.
No,
Xbox boxing.
Yeah, but box. It's going to be huge. I want to see Toto throw earphones again. Jimbo,
It's the guy behind him that's throwing the spice, man.
that's it, man.
That hype, guys, if you want a hype man, you want that guy.
All right, go on YouTube. That Horner, Toto Wolff throwing earphones, because it's not about him.
It's about the hype man.
It's very easy.
It's about the support crew.
There's a guy who is going absolutely through the roof behind him, who you need to watch. That's the main event. That is the main event. We need to find out who that guy is. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us and it's your first time joining here, you probably expected a professional show. But we'll take it where it goes. We will take it where it goes. If you're joining us for the first time on YouTube, please be a friend, tell a friend. Do subscribe. We're on our road to 1,000. So please like, share, subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend. But for today, the MKT Show is the hell out of here.